Hello and welcome back. I am jeffgrantMEDIA and today we have a package. But this one, it's a little bit different. This wasn't sent to me by a company. This was sent to me by a person. Mr. Nick English. Does the name sound familiar? You might know him better as Stridewise. Yes, Nick from Stridewise sent me a package of 2 duffel bags. I've actually been chatting with him for some time. If you're unfamiliar with who Nick or Stridewise is, there is a link in the description box down below to go to the Stridewise YouTube channel and the Stridewise blog. Well, Nick's actually been using some of my video content in written form for his blog. So if there is a video that has an article, there is a link to the article, and vice versa. If there's an article, we'll have a link to the video from the blog, back and forth. So I've actually been working with Nick for a while, chatting with him for a little bit longer, and he asked me if I would be interested in taking a look at some duffel bags, and I said yes, because we're not planning a big vacation this year. We had some plumbing issues, and all of our disposable income basically went to fixing our bathroom. So we're going to do a whole bunch of shorter, like long weekend trips here and there, and that means duffel bag season for me. Because if I'm not going for a week someplace, it depends on how I'm traveling. If I'm traveling alone, I'll just use a backpack and carry on. But if I'm going with the family, usually I will take a suitcase, a roller bag, and I'll end up checking it if I can't fit it in the overhead, just because you never know what you're going to be coming back with. When you got a kid, you always come back with more than you left with. But day trips, or I'm sorry, weekend trips, I usually use either a backpack or a duffel bag, and in the latter years I've been using duffel bags quite a bit. So this package is going to be very handy for me in this coming travel season. So let's crack it on open, take a peek inside. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so we should have, ooh, that's heavy duty. We have a Bradley Mountain and a Rove Designs, correct? Is that what this is? And a Rove bag. All right, so let's take a look at the Bradley Mountain bag first. Okay, so point of note, these are both used. Nick has covered both of these bags in his own content. I don't know, I will put links, but I'm not sure if both of them are covered both in video and blog form, or if they're one or the other, but I will definitely take a look at, and I will put links down below so you can check out Stridewise's version of all of these bags. And we will start with the Bradley Mountain Ranger waxed duffel bag. Now this is a nice bag. It is all waxed canvas and leather. The strap also very adjustable. There's a lot of length there. Mechanical buckle. We have some pretty heavy duty 360 swivel clips on either side. Our grab handles have a leather strap that is attached to the one handle, so you're not going to lose this piece of leather. And that has a good thickness with double up the straps. They're pretty thick leather. I'd say that's at least 1/8 of an inch thick, if not more each. So you got about a 1/4 inch of leather plus the strap right there. That gives you pretty good grip across the palm of the hand. That's giving some good coverage. So if you are holding it, I think it's going to distribute the weight pretty nice and evenly across the palm of your hand. And again, if you don't have it connected, there is brass rivets on the one strap that keep the snap to it, so you're not going to lose that. Now these are also belted through, so if you, oh, that's nice, that's really cool. So if you don't have the bag fully packed out, when you pull up on these, it's kind of acting as compression straps, so you can actually compress the bag down using these side handles, because there's like a kind of a pig nose here that they slide through. So that's really cool. I really like that. So we'd also have a pig nose right here. A pig nose, it kind of looks like a pig snout, but you can basically feed something through here. They are from old like mountaineering backpacks, so you can lash wet things to the outside of your bag, so you're not putting wet things inside the bag. You can put like wet gloves, wet clothes dangled from the outside so they dry while you hike, while you walk, while you're doing whatever you want. And that way you're not putting the wet things inside the bag and getting everything inside the bag wet. We have a snap closure exterior pocket, and then we also have, I saw this before, a liner pocket on the other side. And then at one end of the bag, we have another liner style pocket. So we have 3 external pockets to the bag. Nice beefy zipper. That is a big bag, a lot of space in there. I can easily pack for a week in there. We do have an internal pocket here as well. That gives us a lot of space. That is about, it's actually bigger. I would say that internal pocket is probably from about the edges of this side handle all the way down. So it's actually bigger than this exterior pocket here. So you have this liner pocket, but you actually do have a little bit more room on the inside pocket than you do on the outside pocket. Now I want to take a look at this strap again right here real quick. Now I don't think it's padded. I think it is all just leather. It appears to be two pieces of leather stitched together going over the strap. So it is giving you some thick padding, and it does have some squish to it, but it's not like a foam padding, so you're not gonna have a lot of foam. It is strictly the leather, but it does feel like it's gonna be enough. It's got a lot of flex to it too, so it's going to bend over your clavicle well, but it doesn't feel like there's any foam in there at all. It's just going to be straight leather, which on a bag like this I actually do prefer, because this is a very heritage style bag. It's all mechanical closures. There's no like Velcro or magnets or anything on this. Everything is leather, waxed canvas, and metal, and even like the adjustment length for the strap, it's all copper rivets and leather buckle style, belt buckle style, so you can adjust this and you can lock it in and you know it's going to last and hold up. So I'm pretty happy that there's actually no foam used in this strap. Now the Bradley Mountain, the Ranger, it comes in at $495 USD. It is available in 5 different colorways, seen here in charcoal. It is made from an 18-ounce wax duck canvas with 9-ounce USA harness leather. It does feature a removable shoulder strap. The main opening of the bag features a two-way leather-lined antique brass zipper. It features solid brass and copper hardware. This features a 42-liter volume, and it is made in the USA. But looking at this thing, overall first impressions is this is a beast. This is a bag that's certainly going to last you a lifetime. This is an apocalypse ready bag. It's going to outlive you or I in a nuclear or a zombie apocalypse. So yeah, throw your stuff in here and you can start lugging it around the wasteland. I don't think the bag is going to let you down. But now let's check out the Rove Duke. Someone heard me say Duke and he woke up from his nap. Okay, so this is the Duke, the bag, and not the Duke, the dog, because he is also in the room with me. Okay, this one has a little bit smaller capacity. I can't tell what it is by eyeballing it, but we will get into the specs in a minute here. Let's start by doing a once over with the bag. Okay, so on the outside, we do have two grab handles here. When we can see, we do have, okay, we have the leather handle, but it is not attached, so you will want to make sure you have that at least snapped around one of the grab handles so you don't lose it, because it is not attached to it. So we do have our two grab handles, which are also leather, very nice, very beefy. They have that same design that we saw on the Bradley Mountain, where we were going through not one but two pig ears, so we can actually compress the bag by sliding the grab handles, or we can expand it. So if you're not fully utilizing the full volume of the bag, you can just kind of cinch down these grab handles and it'll help to compress the bag down quite a bit. Now we don't have any pockets on either side, but on either end we do have nice beefy zippers. Oh, that's interesting. It's not quite red, it's kind of like a magenta color, if you will. I kind of like that. That is new, I've never seen that before. So we do have two zipper pockets on either side. Are they both magenta? I would assume they would be, yes. So we do have that. That's a pretty decent. It does go up. The grab or shoulder strap is riveted through, but the pocket does go all the way up on both sides. So you can kind of utilize this whole panel here, but the strap is riveted all the way through the entire bag, so that does kind of get in the way. But if everything was a little bit taller, you could probably make that work. Now this is a canvas bag, canvas and leather as opposed to waxed canvas. This is a non-waxed canvas, I guess I should say. Now we do have also a two-way zipper here. It's kind of nice. That same like magenta-ish. Oh, and Nick also included the Rove paperwork that came with it and a couple of stickers. We do have internal pocketing. So we do have on one side of the bag, we have some internal slash pockets or liner pockets. And then on the other side, we do have an internal zipper pocket as well. Now it's not super deep, but it's deep enough. You could probably throw some, maybe a passport or something in there. And that does feel like it's probably Yeah, it's probably about 2/3 the depth of the bag, because it starts about here and comes to the bottom of the roll. So you're losing about the upper 1/3 of the bag for that pocket. But it zippers in. It's good to have it. I do like this liner though. That's very interesting. I guess magenta maybe is the best color to say, because I'm wearing a red shirt and it's certainly not the same color. I don't know if those color tones are coming over on camera B, but maybe camera A could pick that up a little bit more. No, it does look, the camera's making it look very close to a red, but it's not. It's more of a magenta color than red, but I like it. It's different. It's not a liner color that I've ever seen on a bag before, so I kind of dig it. Now our shoulder strap here is where we're seeing a little bit of a difference. We do have a, I don't know, it feels kind of like cotton. I think it's going to be a cotton. It's not nylon. If it is nylon, it's definitely a nylon blend, but it feels more like a cotton and leather strap. But we do have some very beefy clips here, and our D-rings on the bag, they're very beefy. So we have some very robust attachment points here. So we don't have to worry about any of the attachment points failing. And we do have what appears to be just, again, 2 pieces of leather sewn together as the shoulder strap, and it is, or sorry, the shoulder pad, and it is adjustable. Now this does feel a little bit more stiff than the leather on the Bradley Mountain, but is also thicker than the leather on the Bradley Mountain. So I mean, it's flexing, it's bending pretty good. So I think it's still going to bend over your shoulder pretty well. I don't think we're going to have any real issues with it bending. It doesn't feel like it's going to be uncomfortable. It's also a lot wider than the Bradley Mountain, so it's going to distribute that weight more evenly across your shoulder. And it also has a bit of a contour cut to it, so if you're rocking it, it's going to be cut out more against your neck, so you're not going to have it digging into your neck. It's not a square piece. It's actually kind of like a dog bone, if you will, design. So it's going to be contoured in the middle, so you're not going to get that rubbing on your neck on either side. Now, Rove the Duke comes in at $420 USD. It is available in black, Highland rugged twill, or seen here in hunter green twill. This is made from an 18-ounce dark green rugged twill that is water repellent. The interior liner is a 10-ounce royal red liner that is also water repellent. The bottom of the bag is a 1050D ballistic nylon. The leather used for the handles and accents is all Wickett and Craig's English bridle leather. It features number 8 black metal UCAN zippers, PVD black hardware, and a 2-inch adjustable cotton webbing strap with leather shoulder pad. And they say the total volume of this bag is 38 liters. And looking at it now that I've handled it a little bit and it's loosened up, it definitely looks bigger than I had initially thought. Yes, it is kind of short, if you will, but it is definitely quite deep. So a lot of that dimension is coming from the depth as opposed to the length. Usually, personally, when I picture a duffel bag, the bigger, they usually look longer and longer. But this one's actually got a length that is pretty small, but a bigger depth. And I kind of like that, because if you are traveling, I think I'd rather it be longer instead of wider, because we can combine that with these adjustable grab handles, so I can really pull, and they're gripping because it's leather on leather, so I can kind of compress my bag down now and make my bag smaller. So now if I'm traveling by plane and I have this as a carry-on, I've now cinched my bag down quite a bit, and I'm either going to be able to get past without getting stopped and have to gate check my bag, which has happened to me quite a bit with backpacks, with duffels, with roller bags. Even though they're carry-on size, sometimes they notice the size of the bag, or they'll for some reason get flagged because of weight, and you have to gate check your bag, and that sucks, because then you just set up, either lose your bag mid-travel, or waiting at the carousel when you didn't want to. When it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you just want to get in the car and go home, and you end up waiting an extra 20-30 minutes for your luggage. But if your bag looks smaller, you're going to be able to get past that without potentially having to gate check your bag. Also, it's going to make it fit in those overheads much easier, and it's pretty simple to just grab them and pull, and you can uncinch the bag. Yeah, so I really like the idea of it being deeper instead of longer. It really does give you some more options when you're traveling. So yeah, it was a bit deceiving, because when I picked it up, yeah, it was kind of like this. It was a little crunched up and it didn't look big at all, but you shake it out and there's quite a bit of depth to this bag. So the Rove, kind of liking it. I do really like this compression system that's on both of the bags. I don't think, I'll have to look. I do have a Go Ruck duffel bag, the heritage style duffel, I don't know if my shoulder strap or my grab handles do that. I think they're just sewn to the top of the bag. I don't even think they wrap around, so I don't think they do. Yeah, so these are the first 2 duffel bags like that I've really seen. I haven't delved too deeply into duffels, but I have been using my either a backpack or that GoRuck Heritage duffel when I've been traveling for smaller, like long weekend or like 4-day trips. I'll usually been taking a duffel bag. It's just easier to pack and unpack your stuff from that than cramming everything in a backpack. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen compression on the side like that will help you to compress your bag down. I really, really like that. So I think my first impressions of both, what I do with the Bradley, put it on the floor so I had space. Ugh, the Bradley and the Rove, I like them both. Thank you, Nick, for sending these to check out. I will certainly be putting these into rotation. I think we might be taking at least an overnight stay coming soon. My back, if you've not been following, I hurt my back a couple of weeks ago. I'm finally starting to feel a lot better. So we were putting off a there's 2 of those indoor water park resorts near us, and we have tickets to go to one, so we're thinking about just staying overnight, and in which case I'll end up using one of these duffel bags. But we're gonna go, and then I hurt my back, so I couldn't barely walk, so I wasn't gonna go on a water slide. So maybe in another couple of weeks when I'm feeling 100%, I'll end up be putting one of these 2 to the test. But there will be full user reviews of these. We might have to wait a little bit though if we don't go to the resort anytime soon. We're gonna wait till I take some summer trips. We're going camping, we're going to the beach, got a couple other short, like I think we might go back down to like the Lancaster Reading area. It's not too far from us. We really like the area. My wife's got family down there, so we have some trips planned for this summer, and these will certainly get put into the mix. So there will be full real user reviews of each of these bags in the coming months. So with that, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.